then here, this right here is the face of hate if that's what Trump is doing. One crime is too many for an illegal in this United States. Jesse Waters did a really good job on putting this piece together the other night on Fox News, and he highlights the issues that we're having in a lot of these liberal Democrat-run cities with bringing in customs enforcement. And I'm hoping this is a small pocket of people that's dissenting and pushing back against the federal government. But nevertheless, sometimes the smallest crowd makes the loudest noises. Let's watch Jesse. Let's watch this
I love the smell of deportations in the morning. That's a quote from the president. Just ask this pocket-sized predator. This is Christian Soto. We asked DHS, how small? Are waiting to hear back. But there's still a lot of work to do. Like in Chicago, the ICE Super Bowl kicked off. It's game on, JB back. Ribs doesn't rule his city anymore. It's now Homan's homeland. The invasion's begun. It's dubbed Operation Midway Blitz. And Fox got a ride along and witnessed a bad hombre getting iced in real time. Meet Juan. Juan's an illegal from Mexico, but now calls Chicago home. Juan got iced after trying to touch a 13-year-old.
This is an opportunity for us to go into sanctuary cities and work against these sanctuary city policies and not let them deter ICE from being able to do our work, to go after the worst of the worst, just like the guy behind me who committed sexual assault against a minor.
Liberals want to protect these criminal illegals, and they have one move left. Anytime you see Miller making a move for Juan, blow that whistle.
This is our #1 defense system against ICE. This is our community alert system. When ICE is in the area, we're going to be going, pretty, 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 pretty. And then when ICE actually stops and starts taking people, we're going to go to the whistle, form a crowd, get loud.
To make noise every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, wherever they are, get a little group together, go out, have a sign, blow the whistle, and keep the whistle with you at all times.
Maybe you're at Home Depot. You see Homan eyeing down Jose in the mulch aisle. Whip out your whistle.
If you see ICE thugs doing something, invading a school, a parking lot, a Home Depot, wherever, right, you need to get out your whistle and blow as hard as you can. What they're doing is illegal. It's Gestapo-like. And we have to stop it. We have to commit ourselves to stop it.
I got an idea. Brett, pause this. This is a legitimate idea. Why can't we take Juan, who has been accused of sexual assault, and you have this crazy white liberal lady that's calling our federal law enforcement officers thugs for protecting her retarded behind? Why can't we take Juan and release him to this crazy lady and say, look, here's the deal. Juan is now your responsibility. You feed him, you house him, you clothe him, you take care of all of his medical issues, everything. And if Juan commits any crime while he's in your custody, you're going to be charged with the exact same crime that he's committed. And if Juan goes out and commits a crime and we can't find him, we will come arrest you and hold you until we find Juan. And if we have to deport Juan, then you get deported as well. So in other words, you're going to forego and give up your citizenship on behalf of Juan because Juan's such a great guy. At that point, I say turn Juan loose. Let Juan go right back into the community underneath her care and custody. Like, how long do you think that would even last? And she would be the first one to say, oh my gosh, I can't feed him. I don't have a place for Juan. This is crazy. And I mean, we should ask her how many you need, because we'll make this, we'll dump 5 of them off to you if that's what you can handle. What else these fools got to say, Brett?
Or in sports. And if you're going to use them to fight crime, not to protect MS-13. Over the weekend in the Windy City, the Whistle Warriors got to work. It was Mexican Independence Day, and this fiesta was loco. First, they cursed out Miller for ruining Mexico's 4th of July.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. He is Stephen Miller. Really, he planned it, he orchestrated it, because he knows nobody does it like Chicago for Mexican Independence Day. Nobody does it like here. We show pride, we show love in our community, and for them to purposely plan it, our festivities here were canceled. Festivities in Waukegan were canceled.
And like any liberal protest.
What is Mexican Independence Day? Is this like the July 4th, but for Mexico? Why are this is the stuff that doesn't make any sense to me. Why are we celebrating? Why is anybody celebrating the independence of another country on our soil? If you want to celebrate Mexican Independence Day, go to Mexico. Don't do it in Chicago. Don't do it in Baltimore, San Francisco. This is America. We celebrate one independence, that's July 4th. If you don't like it, then go to Mexico, where you came from, or where some of those your illegal family members came from. It's absolutely stupid. And don't take up our streets and our time and law enforcement resources to celebrate something that doesn't even pertain to us. And then you want to cuss out a patriot like Stephen Miller? Like, who are you? What have you done for this country? What have you put what have you put on the line to benefit this country? The sign there says the people say ICE out. Then you leave. It makes, man, that's so stupid. What else you got to say?
Test, the PLO made it about themselves.
Side to Mexico! The border walls have got to go!
Now, while ICE searches for more Maryland dads rocking Bulls hats, the Supreme Court just unlocked L.A. The raids are back on. 6-3 decision.
Great
Democrats whined deportations were racist because a majority were Spanish. Kavanaugh said it's common sense. If someone doesn't speak English and they're working as a day laborer and they're Hispanic, reasonable suspicion. In Maryland, an illegal release by a local judge killed a 19-year-old girl and threw her body off a bridge.
This behind me is the house where Dakara Thompson was murdered. The suspect is 35-year-old Hugo Hernandez Mendez, now facing first and second-degree murder charges, said to be from Guatemala and in the country illegally. Police say Hernandez Mendez murdered Dakara Thompson inside his bedroom in this house. Prince George's County officials say Hernandez Mendez had been arrested by U.S. Park Police for a DUI in April, but he was released from federal custody.
So blow all the whistles you want.
Hold on. This guy was arrested for a DUI. He's in the country illegally. He committed a crime driving under the influence, which puts all of our lives at risk. And we let him walk? I say we as in America. This is another candidate that we can take to some of these white liberals. I'm telling you guys, we need to get this program started where these white liberals can sign up. I'll go. I mean, we can all go. We can take the sign-up forms to the rallies and say, how many would you like? What's your address? Sign right here. So if Juan or this piece of crap that murdered that woman, if any of those guys commit crimes, we'll put an ankle bracelet on them. And if that joker leaves your house, we're coming and arresting you. Let's see how that works. I think it'll work pretty good. What else you got for us, Brett?
If mayors can't protect their cities, Trump's sending in the cavalry.
They've been used by every administration since I've been working for the government. Starting in 1984, every administration's used the Guard and the military on the border, and they've been very beneficial. Look at the crime change in Washington, D.C. Look what they're able to do in Los Angeles. Thank God President Trump called the National Guard in to bring peace.
Man, the CNN host about to cry. Look at this guy here. This is a different side of it. Trump's Operation Midway Blitz. It's not about safety. It's about scapegoating. He exploits a single tragedy to smear entire immigrant communities, even though study after study shows immigrants commit crimes at lower rates than U.S.-born citizens. Who gives a damn? It doesn't matter if they're doing it at a lower rate. It doesn't matter if your wife gets raped or your wife gets killed or your kid gets killed. You don't care about the crime rate. One crime is too many for an illegal in this United States. Okay, so statistically they may commit crimes lower than we as natural-born citizens do. That's a completely irrelevant, what do they call that, a red herring? That's a completely irrelevant point. It makes no sense to the victims. What else has this idiot got to say? What he's selling isn't law and order. It's fear and cruelty and propaganda. This is the same authoritarian playbook he's always used. Send in the federal agents, terrorize families, and pretend it's leadership. Chicago doesn't need Trump's stormtroopers. It needs investment, jobs, and justice. Trump isn't standing with victims. He's standing with hate. Then I'm hate, okay? Then here, this right here is the face of hate if that's what Trump is doing. If Trump is standing with hate, then hey, that's me. Sign me up. Because look here, send in the federal agents, terrorize whatever families you have to, and pretend it's leadership. I don't care what you pretend it is. If you are here illegally, you need to go. And if you choose to stay and then law enforcement comes in your house, and when you're walking out in your pajamas and your family screaming behind you, realize this was a choice that you made, not Trump. See you next video.